afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Deborah, Awoyemi, and I'm here with Olalekan. But before we get started with anything, we're going to go live. We're going to go on a short commercial break by UBA.
Do you know you can open you be a bumper accountant? Yes, bumper. Every 5K where you add, you get double your chance to get bumper. And get bumped up. I with every 5K you get bumped up. Do you know you can open you be a bumper accountant? Yes, bumper. Every 5K where you add, you get double your chance to get bumped up. And get bumped up. I with every 5K you get bumped up.
Good afternoon again, and welcome to the show. This is Olalekan TV, and we are on Bold Conversation with Olalekan Obadiah. First, before I get started, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Debbie, and I am a U.S. Army retired sergeant. But it's not about mistake. We're going to be focusing mainly on Olalekan, and I'll be reading a little bit about him, just so you know who it is we're talking to today. All right, so Olalekan Obadiah is a founding partner. He has a BSc in PNP. Olalekan is an electrical and electronics engineer, University of North Carolina. He studied electrical and electronics engineering BSc at Obafemi Awolowo University. He's a 2021 recipient of the Innovation Award from the Environmental Defense Fund after developing an EV charge like math model that optimizes both charging and V2G services for the New York Department of Citywide Administrative Service (DCAS) as a Climate Corp Fellow. He has also received several innovation awards in Africa and the United States. He commenced his career with Guarantee Trust Bank, where he used his innovation capability to drive the retail business of the institution. Olalekan is also a field math with an in-depth understanding of emerging technologies and their application to energy, communications, and financial service industries. He found ports with other successful technological companies, Blue Tanks, Proactive, and he's presently the CEO of Ports and co-founder of the other companies. The other awards include PDMA Caroliners, 49er Foundry Charlotte, right? Seattle Bring Forward 2022, MIT Innovation Africa 2022. Oh my God, all of these awards and interesting accolades just with this young man right here. But before anything else, I would like you to introduce yourself first to the viewers so they can know who it is we're talking to today.
And thank you, Debbie, and thank you, Studios, for having me.
You're welcome.
I think we decided just a little bit about my biological information.
Right.
I grew up from a family. I have two older siblings. I'm the husband. I'm most of the only one in my family. I love playing soccer a lot.
Okay.
Yes, I think I consider myself very athletic. I do a lot of sport. I play soccer, I play ping pong, I play long tennis, I play basketball. I'm a Manchester United fan, even though we haven't had time right now.
Okay.
That's just about me, not so much to say. But that was thank you for that introduction. That was really good.
You're welcome. So, what is it that you really do for to earn a living? What do you do?
Okay, basically, I do company for energy companies. The company for other companies that I can, do myself. So, but basically, right now, the way my company is running right now is more of I'm not a paid CEO
Okay.
because I'm not my time about my employees right now. I just stay with our so my wife's management finance and consulting.
Hmm. Okay. You say your lifestyle is finance like consulting. Okay. But how did you come up? You said it's, I mean, in your profile it says right here that you have three companies that you started. How did you come about that?
Okay, so when I moved to the US, well, a little bit of my background, I've used the company I started for 2017.
And that's failed?
Before so I've had some failures as well. Like everywhere I talk about, so it's not something new to us. Then 2017, I really value, and the whole concept of really value was to connect people to jobs. So I wanted to build something like, oh, if you're looking for an artisan, former, maybe somebody that probably does cleaning services, you wanted them to come help you out, why don't you find a platform? And we did the KYC, we did verification and the right to help people connect people to just kind of do. And I remember then that was when I was working on GTP, so I had it running parallel GD. And I got a call one day and they said it's one of the artisans that we sent to somebody's house. I found stories at home.
Wow.
And
Stole your idea.
no, not for the mobile phone.
Oh, stole a mobile phone at the store.
At the client's place,
Okay.
and I have to pay for the mobile phone, so because there's no insurance in it, right?
Oh.
So I knew that that business model was not probably going to succeed because it probably requires a lot more verification, which I think we did well. But on longer run, I realized I think we're spending a lot more. So fast forward to that, so when I moved to the US, Proactive was the first company I started when I moved to the US. I walked into a friend's office and I was like, hey, I'm thinking we can do something for Africa as regards the energy space. Um, we started out being proactive. Unknowing to us that we had forgotten that energy is probably one of the most complex companies to build because of how versatile it can go, it can destroy people, it can kill people, within the twinkle of an eye, right? So you have to be very, very careful. And the solution we're building actually plays in that space where if you're not being careful, it can destroy lives. It can also save millions of lives if energy is not very good. So we started off 2019, there was a lot of struggles, 2020, there was a lot of struggles as well. And then sometimes I was flying, I was coming to Texas, this said Texas here, and I had this idea that, oh, there are too many apps that people use to book appointments. I think we have something that, that can help, solve that challenge. There are too many apps on mobile phones that book appointments, and right now I'm going to the restaurant, I was going to the barbering salon, I was going to do spa, things like that. So we had a big pot. And after being for I wanted a career award, and that was a good time. I didn't have a to want to be those kind of and it over, but I felt like this thing shouldn't just die here, and with the support of a lot of other folks, we got good times out, and so that's how I ended up starting the company.
So you got the, what was the motivation behind this? Was it because you failed at one? What made you think you could succeed in the other three or in the other two, whatever it is you're doing now, after failing the first time? And I'm very sure you're going to have like some setbacks and withdrawals and the stages you go through after losing the company, after investing so much money into something. And what made you feel like you could rise back up?
Well, I think resiliency is probably one of the things that I think I've learned so over the years, which is the fact that nothing is ever guaranteed, right? You keep on doing stuff over and over again. So for me, it was more when the value field, right? I could separate the reason why I failed from me as a person that's being a failure. The reason why I really value field was because of the business model. It didn't have anything to do. It was just because the business model wasn't going to work. So the moment I could separate why something failed from myself, so I didn't see myself as a failure. I saw that the business I was building had a model that was not successful. So I separated that. And when I could separate that, it was easy for me to just fall there, right? Because it's like saying that if I find something else to do and it's quite interesting, then I can definitely do it. And also 2020 December, I was a mentor of mine in Maryland, and we were talking, he's building a new product, which I can probably talk about right now. And he said it was, and he said, yeah, many solutions like to get to the now.
Hmm.
And when he said that to me, I kept on thinking about it coming into the new year. So we saw around December, around the Christmas period. Like, okay, because we live in a generation where everybody feels like everything is them. But there's still a lot of things that still need solutions in the world today. So for me, I just felt like, it was that time that we continue to build. And I want to see people's life, being improved. I want to impact people's life. And I think that one of the best ways we can do is to use my innovative abilities to review companies like doing great support.
So okay, that's amazing. So you're saying that you have to figure out what the problem is. Like, how did you? What problem did you see? Because I think you have three different companies here that are geared towards energy. Is that it?
One is geared towards, two is geared towards energy, and one is like a social app. Pulse is more like a social app.
Okay, so what problem did you see in maybe you can group them together or if you want to separate them? What was the problem you saw that you felt you need to fix?
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's start with Pulse. Okay, so Pulse basically is a one-stop apartment house for distribution. So one-stop shop. So right here after that, 20 apps in the phone to schedule appointment, right? So what we decided to do was that let's bring everybody together. And that was really like my own business model. Of course, many entrepreneurs out there have their own business models and love to do that. So one of my favorite business models is to one-stop shop. All right, so we decided to give thought to just how people will schedule appointments, irrespective of whatever event or whatever services that you want probably to see. So it was more like, okay, let's have a one app and do all of all those million of things. So that's what we decided to do at Paul. Proactive, interestingly enough, Proactive started off as a clean tech company to trade excess energy. But we pivoted, so now we have our direction has some more bigger stuff that we have added to it. Proactive is now into energy equity and energy justice, which I think is also another thing that I've learned in my journey of entrepreneurship so far. When do you pivot? When do you say, I don't think there's a light at the end of this tunnel, and when are you supposed to take a seat back and try and come up with something to help you for that? So it was more of, so practice started off as something different. We decided to pivot it. Right now we're an energy justice company, an energy equity company. And what we're basically trying to do is to reduce people's energy consumption and also to improve people's credit worthiness across all and even in Africa and the globe. Now the good part is that we still have our trading excess energy part, which is what we started off initially as. Yeah. What we have done is to expand it in order for us to get easy market penetration and early market penetration where we can use the customers that we have right now to actually achieve what we initially set out to. So we decided to pivot. Blue Times, electric vehicles is becoming a thing, right? Sustainability is something that the whole world has to start thinking about, right? You look at the weather right now, when I've been in Texas for a while, it's crazy, it's hot, right? A lot of things are happening, across all these lines. So, Tesla and a couple of other guys, Williams, all these guys, Nissan, they are using for everybody's using nice cars.
Right.
And what happens is that when a market is being created, oftentimes what happens is the fact that there's always a need for people that are going to create services for those markets to be able to thrive. So if people are manufacturing electric vehicles, there's a lot of services that is going to come along with in order for people to enjoy the benefits of driving an electric vehicle. And one of the services that we decided to create was road tax, which is like a map for actually locating charging stations. And there are a lot of other terminologies of what we do at those times, like vehicles to agree, a lot of dressing stuff which probably there's no need to talk about that.
Right.
But yeah, so but that just it's just more of realizing the fact that the market is created with a market opportunity, and we can bring in solutions to help serve the market better. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's good. That's good to know that. I mean, I know you probably don't want to say your age here, but he definitely looks like a very, very, very young man. Like, I mean, for you to be able to do all of this at a very, young age. I'm very sure you didn't just start from a very long time ago, right? And the the fact that it's been years now that you've been doing this, it means you were much younger back then, But what gets you up at night? I mean, what gets you up in the morning? What keeps you late at night? What is your motivation? Why are you doing this? Why did you wait till you're like 30 something, like in your 40s, or like I feel like you didn't grow like the rest of us. No party life. Like, what is it? Why are you this industrious?
Well, Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. Some of the companies that we see today, so I really know that there's no age that says this is the best time for you to start up something.
Okay.
So we have the number that we're going to get to the started at 40%, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are other people that started at
Yes.
Mark probably started when he was probably 16, probably everything. Mark was about 8,
Yeah.
right? So there's really not so much of age when it gets into trying to start up stuff. So for me, it's more about so what exactly I consider myself. So even growing up, I didn't think in the way every other person thinks. So I had older folks as my friends, and when I was growing up, so my parents used to complain, hey, why don't you always go with people that were your age? So I always interact with people that were
Older than
10, 15, 20 years older than I was. And just being around that space, and also the fact that I always want things to always get better for people in terms of I want to improve the life of people. That's very, very important to me. So every opportunity I have to serve or to lead, the first thing I'm thinking about is like what experience can I give to people?
Mm-hmm.
And that experience is what I think has led to my journey of startup. So it's more, can I give you a better experience while you live in this house? So I've had the opportunity to lead a couple of organizations back in when I was doing my bachelor's program. And every time, one thing I'm always thinking about is like, while we experience some annual biannual programs that we do, it's more about can we create another experience for people that people will talk about in another 10, 15, 20 years time. Can we go out and do something that's more excellent and then I'm happy at where I am today. So the motivation for me is just the fact that I want to create an experience for people. Creating an experience for people means that I have to spend some part of my time to actually think around it and be able to create that. So yeah, for me, that's just it. So I really want to create an experience for people. That's my motivation. I want people to be able to say, man, I use this guy's product and I'm using it for the past 15, 20 years. It has improved my lifestyle, it has improved my business, it has improved my environment, it has improved everything about me, it has improved my credit worthiness. So that's just one motivation to make sure that why I'm creating value for people, people can have that experience. That's it for me. It's not just about the profit, it's about the experience that people can talk about in 15, 20, 30 years.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I know that we're kind of focusing now on the fact that you're young, and I know you have workers, right? And you pay people salary, right?
So,
I remember asking him that, hey, can you employ me? I want you to be my boss. I know that you definitely have people that are older than you on your team. How do you manage that? How can you, I don't know, like how do you manage people on your team? How do you make it work with making sure that your company is successful dealing with being a young man in such space?
all right, yeah, thank you for the question. I think that one thing I try to create around me, so I said that growing up, I always interacted with people that were much older than me. And so starting a company, of course, you need them, right? Wisdom and education
Right.
are two different things, right? No matter how it is, you can't be all alone. You need people are different levels in life, right? You need people that are probably more experienced than you are, much more wiser than you are, and you need people that are also going to be trained to think that that's what I define as influence, right? But one thing that everybody wants, people want to work in a place where they feel valued and they feel honored, and where their work is seen.
Mm.
So one thing I try to do as much as possible is to make sure that I know these guys are, I honor them,
Right.
and they know that I value their time that I spend in the company. And they also know that their work is seen, so I make sure I create that environment where I don't take all the glory to myself. The way we work in a company is more, you lead your team, whatever it is you want to do with your team, right? When I go a bit at management level, we discuss whatever it is you want to discuss. I don't get into my Canada growth partner, my Africa growth partner, the UK growth partner, I don't get into those stages. They run the company the way they want to run the company. If there's any challenge, we come and everybody that works with me, everybody feels valued, everybody feels honored. It's more of like we operate in a culture and make sure that everybody doesn't feel like, yeah, we don't insult one another, we don't have that kind of culture. It's more of mutual respect and so far so good. I've had amazing people working with me. I'll be honest about that. Amazing people that are committed to what we've been building so far. And it's been an interesting, it's been an interesting journey so far. So yeah, And for the people that work with us, that are probably younger folks, some of them are just coming out of school, out of college. What I've been able to also do for them is to make sure that create a community where they can really go. Because I started from somewhere, people need to invest in me. That is why I know what I need to do. So I'm also interested in finding investment beyond working for me. More importantly, I wanted to be the best version of myself.
Okay, that is awesome. Thank you very much. Before we go further, we're going to go on a short commercial break by UBA so we can drink some water.
Excellence doesn't happen overnight. We have over 70 years of banking expertise and experience across Africa and the world. Add 21st century innovation, and now there is no limit. At the United Bank for Africa, we are committed to delivering the best for you. We create financial solutions that power your dreams to ensure that your needs, however small or however great, are always met. We have deep roots in Africa. Across our continent, we drive financial inclusion, trade, and entrepreneurship, helping all our clients realize their ambitions. We operate in the United Kingdom and in France. We are the only African bank with a national banking license in the USA. In leading financial centers, we provide services and solutions to banks, corporates, sovereigns, and development organizations. We understand the importance of the Gulf as a hub for global trade, and we are expanding our business there.
Hey Leo, split the bill into 4, please.
UBA is a digital pioneer built on our cutting-edge technological infrastructure that guarantees not just to take Africa's talents and perspective to the world, but to bring the entire world back home. Because the one thing you can trust is we will always be there for you. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. We're still here with Olalekan. And so I'm going to ask this question. From research, right? The justice system has not been too favorable to college. So how do you think this is affecting your business? Or I don't know if you face any challenges. What do you think is the biggest problem so far?
Thank you for that question. So I'll try and answer it in two pieces. The first part is that it's where you have representation, that's where you can have knowledge. It's just that straightforward, right? But I also want to give us kudos, black people, around the world. I think we've done good so far. Like, it's been interesting to see how even Africa as a continent has grown in terms of startup space. We've done a lot, with a lot of unicorns, for example, Africa. So yeah, it's quite interesting to see. So we are not far behind. The journey is still there. I'm not going to say we are there yet. Of course, because I mean, undirected founders and how we can get voice, even in the startup space. A lot of investment is now being thrown towards that space as well because you see, innovation doesn't respond to color.
Okay.
And that's what I say. I don't build solutions for only black people. I build solutions for everybody. I don't build solutions and say, oh, the only people that must use my product are only black people, right? It's for everybody. one thing that's also very important for us to understand is the fact that we just started this job. Black people are just getting into the space. I think among in the US, I think we have only five companies of unicorns and over $1 billion even in the US that are owned by black people. So
Right.
just only five companies that you can compare with other unicorns that we have, in the US. So, but the good part is that we are on the right path. The
Okay.
journey has started. It can only get better.
Yeah.
All right. So, and the other side, the second piece I'm also going to talk about is that we also need to also help one another. Right. So we all know startups are not easy. It's not necessarily about only funding. There are also resources that you can make available for one black person that is doing a business. You have the office space you can take to them to work out from. You have some supply chain stuff you can make available for them at,
Right.
at lesser amount. I mean, why you probably break your own even and make your own money as well, but that willingness for you to be able to use your resources as well so that the black person business can carry something is more important. But also advice to all black owners the fact that don't just build on yourself to go out and yes,
Okay.
build for the global world so you can use your have. When you're using Facebook, you can probably think about this Mark, a white guy, or black guy. All you know is like is having the purpose, using for
Right.
and we put
Right.
the camera that we're probably using there, I'm not sure you know what skin color the best, but probably started the
Right.
Canon camera is, right?
Right.
So the most important thing is that build a solution that everybody can also, and the black man or the black person probably in venture capitalist space and funding space or have access to resources, please do make conscious of the fact that they support the platform because the more we are here, then the more we can all help.
Wow, that's interesting. Sometimes, I mean, I see on Instagram, or I'm not trying to shade, but I see a lot of um, entrepreneurs who focus mainly on black products, right? And what you said right there is actually very, very good because what you're doing is I putting a what am I gonna call it? You're not opening your market to like everybody. So you only have a particular set of people that can buy your products or that can use your product. So what you said right there is very, very, very important. So you would you say that your companies, your target audience are for everybody or just a particular set of users?
I mean, it's very, but like I said, right? So for me, the way I look at products is the fact that if you can use it, then use it.
Okay.
I don't even need to know who's behind the screens that is making it work, right? The
Okay.
most important thing is the value that you're delivering, right? That's the most important thing. I'm sure that I know as very as you look this afternoon, virtually everything that you're putting on, you probably are not sure what's really actually there, right? The most important thing is the fact that it serves the purpose of for
Right.
you and then you put it on.
Right.
So the most important, the first thing I put in my mind when I'm building products is the fact that what purpose is it going to serve?
Mhm.
When I look at what purpose is going to serve, and that's my first focus. So I mean, it's something for people to also build, to build a company focus. So for example, proactive has some categories set of people that are focused. By focusing on LMI customers, people that live in low medium income households.
Okay.
These are people that focus on because we are trying to improve their credit score, right?
Okay.
So, but that's one of them. So it's you can have market segmentation of people that can specifically use the product. But the truth is the fact that on a larger scale, I don't necessarily say my products are actually responsible to skin color. I'm more of the fact that if you find it useful, please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. So for viewers at home, wherever it is you are, if you have any questions, you can throw it in, or you can call us on WhatsApp. I think the number is on the screen right now. Is 862-367-3616. You can call us on WhatsApp to ask questions, and or you can throw your questions in the chat box to ask our amazing guests right here. Our next questions we're going to be asking. I'm going to like to know, right? People would like to know, as a young man who's doing excellently well, right? You, the only thing you filled in was Olympic.
Yeah. I mean,
Was your first company,
yeah,
right?
I mean, there are a lot of other videos along the line, right? I'm not going to try and say it's a straightforward journey.
Okay.
It's more of every day it's a journey. You might not feel totally in something, but how do I convert those videos into results as quick as possible? That's what I'm doing right now. for me, I have enough successes to overlook every little bit along the way.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand that you failed in some areas, but I don't know. I really want to know, um, as a young man, what is dating like? Because I know you're not married, right? You don't have kids. Okay, so what is dating life like for you? Because I mean, how do you juggle work-life balance? Like, how do you how do you focus on other things? How are you trying to build a future for yourself aside from your financial future that you're building right now by having all these companies? How do you have a legacy, or you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're trying to say, and they're very interested. So one key thing that we must also remember is the fact that when we talk about legacy,
Mhm.
um, it's great for us to know that one of the best legacy you can give to yourself is that of your progeny, right? Of the generations that come from them, right?
Okay.
And it doesn't just have to do with finances alone, it has to do with the choice of the partner that you choose to work with. It
Mhm.
also has to do with how you decide to actually train your kids,
Right.
where they're growing up with you. It matters on how you invested in your relationship and how you
Mhm.
invested even when you start having kids, how you invested in doing that as well. So it's not just about the fact that you have some kids somewhere and you have some billions of dollars tied in an account for them, but in our case, we spend the money, they don't have the right mental capabilities to be able to explain the best of what you have stored in an account for them.
Mhm.
So, but for me, yeah, I mean, dating life is pretty interesting. Like you said, right? Very interesting, and then I think it's a very interesting journey. That's what I can say. I try to balance those stuff. In terms of, like I said, I play soccer a lot. I don't miss my soccer games on Saturdays and Sundays. So I think I try to balance out things very well. Yeah, so that's all I can say. And I don't know if that answers the question, but yeah, I mean, dating life is pretty interesting for now. But maybe soon, maybe I'll have
Do
a
you
partner.
like send people away because you're too busy? Do you
So I'm a very genuine person with people as well, right?
like? Do you have time for other things? Because you have it in school.
Yeah, I mean, when you create time for the people that you love, right? So that's very important.
That's a
But
good
yeah,
one.
but I won't deny the fact that the time is not really close. But yeah, you have to create time for what you want to cherish.
That's an awesome answer. I'll give you that. So I'm very sure that you would like to seek funds and meet investors to come and invest in your company. Um, aside from money that you need from investors, what is it that you look really in an investor besides money?
So yeah,
Not money investors.
it's just there are investors that you can get into the company. There are passive investors and active investors. Some people just
Okay.
want to give you the money and the money more, right? But I think the people that don't want their money to feel will probably become an active investor. What I mean by that is like some people will invest in the company and they're willing to probably connect to one, two, three, four, five people
Okay.
to help you get some of the results that you want to get in terms of maybe more publicity, more advancements, or whatever it is you're working on. But yeah, so my favorite kind of investors are people that probably call me and be like, hey, let's have a strategy meeting together. I see what you are doing. I feel like I have one or two things. Like, of course, they are respectful of my time as well. And no investor going to call me by 11 midnight to say, oh, we want to discuss strategy, right?
Right.
So, but the most important thing for me is just the fact that everybody that invests also care enough to say no, to actually do want, money to actually count for something. So yeah, I like investors that go far and beyond, investing money, and they also still go ahead to see, to try and, to try as much as possible to help us succeed across our lives. So,
Okay, awesome. So right now we have someone on the line who called to ask a question. Who do we have on the call?
Good evening. My name is Olufemi Between.
Olufemi Ibitoye. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Abuja, Nigeria.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks for calling in on the show. What's your question? What do you have for us today?
Okay, so what I'd like to ask you is, we're talking about tech startups. You understand in case you want people to come with your food. So now I want to ask, what are the parameters of what do you look out for, or what must be done in getting the right people on board? Because in the tech space, a lot of things have been, how do I call it, decentralized. Like, not following the norms, it's just about the tech skills. So what are other things? Do you look at culture feeds, behavioral feeds, and stuff like that when it comes to recruiting in the tech space, most especially for startups? Considering the fact that, startups might not really attract the high-end supposed high talent like that. So what do you think should be the parameters when you're checking out, when you're looking out for talent on track for your startups?
Okay, so thank you for your question. I'm not sure I can remember your name, but yeah, I was just going away because it was like last month I was having this conversation with a couple of mentors, just talking about talents, as a case may be, especially nowadays. Um, to be honest, one thing you have to always give yourself credit for is it's okay to fail. It's okay to employ somebody that probably will not give you their best. Okay. But what I would say is the fact that after if you take, let's say you employ 10 people for instance, out of 10, I can tell you that 4 people probably give you their best strengths, their best commitments, and they will be able to give you their best strength. What you want to do is the fact that those 4 people, you want to maximize their potentials. There are 6 people that probably pay, and this happens also with big organizations. Some people just go there to just go in and paycheck. They don't give in their best in terms of their strength to you. All right. But what you realize is the fact that when you take in these people, what you realize is the fact that there's going to be 1 or 2 or 3 people amongst your employees that are probably giving you their best. Make sure that you show them that I see you're doing, I recognize what you are doing, and I'm giving you rewards for what you are doing. Now, for those other people, now the funny thing about startups, the tech startups, especially when you're at early stage, you can easily figure out or be able to find that person that is probably underperforming, right? Because it's not a large corporate where some people can hide under one team, one big team where they're not really doing what they're supposed to do. But as an early stage company, what you want to do as much as possible is that once you identify that, you have to create a channel. So, for instance, I don't get so much involved with my employee relations. I have other partners that do that. So if I realize that somebody is underperforming, I'm like, hey, why don't you have a conversation with this person? So when one of my other partners have a conversation with them, then what happens is that I probably get involved, have those conversations with them to ask them that let's see how we can probably be able to get things better for that person. So what you do is the fact that you realize that there's some people that want to give you their best. Also create an avenue for training. So let's say you can attract high level talents. Let's say the people that you can attract are regular folks. What you can do is that you can now create a system whereby you can train those people. So even though we are an early stage company for most of my startups, we create a system for training. We actually have trainings 2 times a month.
Okay.
So and I bring some of my friends from different walks of life, PwC, US, a lot of places, where they can come speak to them to ensure that they actually give their own best. It's okay for you to recognize the fact that the reason why this person is underperforming is because you have the skill set required to actually perform. But does the person have the heart to actually want to work? If the person has the heart to want to work, then you can work with that person, right? You can invest in that person, you can invest time, resources, and also knowledge in that person. You can they might want to go for trainings, you pay for the trainings, as a company, make sure that they get the best out they want to get. What people want is the fact that when they are giving their best to you, you should also invest in them beyond salary. That's how to get the best from people. So, of course, paying them salary is your agreement to them. But if you really want to get the best from people, you have to invest in them beyond salary. So for us, we do trainings. I'm big on training my staff. And again, we also find out that there are some people also that will not. Again, there are some people also that probably they are not just interested in working. If you're an early stage startup, you realize that person is drawing your team back enough and is not getting you the result you want. You probably want to let them go. And it's okay to let them go for now while you make sure that you keep the team and can help you get to the next level. Because getting to your next level is very, very important for you as a startup.
Okay, awesome. So I have a question here, right? He said, what are your early challenges as a Black man? And how did you overcome them? Also, how did you cope with the American pressure? You want me to take it slowly?
It's okay. Let me try and address it the best way which I can. Like I said, right, we are just starting out. I mean, most Black folks are just seeing the fact that solutions don't actually don't actually have a relationship with your skin color.
Mm.
A black person can build something that can be like people, the same white people have been building stuff that we have been using over and over.
Right. Okay.
So it's okay to recognize back at that point we struggle, right? You may not have the access that you want to have on time. You may not have the access to the resources, the network, the human capital that you want on time, right? But there's a level you get to that. Let me give you an example. Calendar, for instance.
Okay.
Calendar is used by a black man.
Yes.
It matters today. White folks use it, every other person uses it. Is the value is intact, irrespective of the skin color of that person.
Right.
Now, the truth is the fact that you are not going to raise money, pay your other folks going to raise money, maybe they build it up in less than 3 weeks, and they're already turning out $100 million because of their skin color. It's okay. And that's why, as we are going as startups, and I really will say this to appreciate a lot of black founders that are ahead of me that are making conscious efforts to also invest in other younger startups. I really want to say those guys are really doing a fantastic job because they are the reason why we are keeping this ecosystem alive. There are a lot of founders, CEOs that I know today that take part of their own salary and do invest in the last one. And this is why, I mean, there's a company I was reading about it so recently about a CEO of a known startup in Africa, one of the biggest startups in Africa, actually invested, actually made sure that the business didn't go out of extinction. Like he resurrected the business. The business was actually going to die. And they are doing fine now. So it's okay to be honest and say challenges are real. They do exist. But one thing we all do for ourselves is the fact that we must remember that we are also the only people that can actually change the future. So for me, it's just our resilience. I recognize back that it's not easy compared with any other resilient stuff, but it's okay. Challenges are welcome. I'll make sure that the solutions that we continue to roll out are intact, irrespective of our race or our skin color. It is valuable. It's something that any people in the world can use. One can use it. We are good to go. So that, and also the pressure of the US. I think the beautiful thing about the US is that it's a land of opportunity, right? You can become whatever you want to become.
Right.
So yeah, so I think people have done it before. I'm not the first person to do it. So, and I also know I'm not going to be the last person to do it. So I'm encouraged to handle the pressures. And if I need some help, I definitely have people I talk to help me out in my talk to me.
You do?
Yeah.
So how important is it to have a mentor in this type of business? Like, what would you advise? Is being a mentor? I mean, is having a mentor a key part of your success?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what do mentors do for you personally? First, the fact that they give you access. They also give you credibility. For some people to just you actually have some people that probably you speak to and listen to. They have access. Some of them know the people that you need to get to the next level. To be honest, what took them probably 20 years to get to, they want you to get there in 6 months. That's why you need a mentor in this kind of space. You don't have to go through the struggle that they went through. You don't have to. And but the caveat is this, right? The mistake a lot of people make with mentors is like that people think that people are too quick to use people. I think we to use that word. If you don't invest in relationships, and all you just want to just come, take from me, take from me, take from me. I have people that I have been following for a while. I've not taken any time for them.
Okay.
Right? Because there's a concept that's called social capital. And what social capital means is the fact that I invest in you enough to a point where I need something from you. And if you're a good person, because if I said I like I'm saying it in everything, if you're a good person, I should be able to, take that from you and be able to say, no, I'm giving back to this person.
Right.
So that social capital is what majority of people don't have. You serve people. Somebody, everyone of my mentors and everybody also say this. You have to learn how to serve people. When you serve people, when you invest in social capital, you can withdraw from it anytime. So mentors are very, very important because you know what? I don't want to struggle. I don't want to struggle. If people have done it before, then why do you have to struggle? Why don't you get those people to actually put you through what you need to actually, make guidance with? And in the end, they happy you're winning, and then you're happy, to win as well. So if that's the reason why you're in the business, I need to get mentors. So I have mentors, I have people that I listen to, and I do invest in my relationships very well.
That's nice. I'm very sure you have mentees as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, and you're technically a boss, but what has surprised you the most? Being a business owner of multiple companies, being a boss, what is that thing that has surprised you the most having a business? What is that one shocker for you?
It's Zara that looks like
Okay, it looks easier on the outside.
I usually, yeah.
Okay.
Because everybody looks at it, everybody wants to start something. Yeah, And I also say this, just for the sake of this conversation, because now this is like pressure about people to do a startup. Everybody don't need to start. You know, everybody don't need to build business. Everybody don't need
Okay.
my innovation journey didn't start off like building stuff. It's actually started when I started working in places and I saw processes that were not working well and I wanted to fix it.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And I was recognized for it.
Okay.
So for a lot of people, because people might get to that position of feeling like, oh, I need to also build stuff, I need to start lacking my head around. Don't. But if that's not what you feel like, so because okay, I'll also backtrack again. Innovation can be what you're building can be a thing of purpose for some people.
Right.
And if it's a thing of purpose for you, a thing of passion for you, right? Can be purpose, can be passion, right? You have to be sure that this is what you really have the guts maybe to do, respect or whatever the outcomes are. Some people are going to work with people and they're going to make sure that you take a company from the level that it is to another level that it needs to be. So I will give you a perfect example. Microsoft have changed CEOs in Philippines, right? So Bill Gates came and I'm trying to remember the name of this person. Steve Ballmer came.
Okay.
So Bill Gates left, Steve Ballmer came, and then this person like Satya Nadella there. Everybody has seen the impact of what Nadella has done. In just a few years, Nadella has grew the profits of Microsoft by over 100%. So it's mentioned the fact that that dude's name can never be forgotten in Microsoft. It's going to be remembered forever. So you can work in a place and actually make sure that you are increasing. And if you work in a place and you feel you are not valued, move on, leave there. It's you, like you have the skill in you. You will take it somewhere else and you go where you will value. It's that easy. But we don't want only to pressure ourselves into building company because I've seen a lot of people, spend their lives sitting on building company because they're not actually supposed to build companies in the first place. Okay? But the interesting thing is that it's harder than it looks outside. So before you come in, count it.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much. Before we ask the few questions left, we're going to go on a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Do you know you can open you be a bumper accountant? Yes, bumper. Every 5K when you add it, they double your chance to get bumper. Big, and get bumper. I with every 5K you get bumper.
You're welcome.
Do you know you can open you be a bumper?
Excellence doesn't happen overnight. We have over 70 years of banking expertise and experience across Africa and the world. Add 21st century innovation, and now there is no limit. At the United Bank for Africa, we are committed to delivering the best for you. We create financial solutions that power your dreams to ensure that your needs, however small, or however great, are always met. We have deep roots in Africa. Across our continent, we drive financial inclusion, trade, and entrepreneurship, helping all our clients realize their ambitions. We operate in the United Kingdom and in France. We are the only African bank with a national banking license in the USA. In leading financial centers, we provide services and solutions to banks, corporates, sovereigns, and development organizations. We understand the importance of the Gulf as a hub for global trade, and we are expanding our business there.
Hey Leo, split the bill into 4, please.
UBA is a digital pioneer built on our cutting-edge technological infrastructure that guarantees not just to take Africa's talents and perspective to the world, but to bring the entire world back home. Because the one thing you can trust is we will always be there for you. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Welcome back to the show. Thank you for staying tuned. We have a question. We're going to take a question now from the comment section. It says, from the Save the Slum initiative asked, my question is, what skills do you need to sustain a strong relationship with mentors?
Well, like I said, so social capital, right? So, what does social capital really mean? Okay, you want to invest in your relationship. So let me give you a perfect example. One of my mentors wrote a book recently. I wrote this fact that I didn't read the book until after another 6 months. Okay, I mean, he wrote a book, but I didn't read it until after 6 months. But I felt like when he released the book, I knew I had to purchase the book. So that's and when I purchased it, I made sure I took the picture of the book and I sent him like, hey, I got your book. All right. You need to invest in the relationship. So there are a lot of ways to sustain it. What you want to do, so if I have a mentor who's in town and I have a business, I will try to clear my schedule to be with the person. You know, the very of she wanted to be there, right?
Yes.
But I was with him, I think it was Sunday last week. And guess what? I saw his picture that he was in Charlotte. You are in my city, you didn't tell me that he's in Charlotte, right? And I was going to play soccer. So because I said I play soccer on weekend. So I finished playing soccer, I was tired. My legs were really, when you don't play soccer, I was tired. And I texted him around 10 and I'm like, okay, I'm on my way to your place. I think I saw him around 11. And it was a Sunday, I have to work on it Monday. I was there from 11 to I tried like 1 minute. So, and I had to drive almost like 20 minutes
To get there.
So all is about investing in social capital in relationship, right? So you have to make that conscious effort. And they see it, to be honest, that's something I want you to also know. Like they do see the fact that this person is investing in this relationship or this person is investing their time in what we are doing.
Right.
So and when you continue to do that, after a while, and it's okay also if you invest in the relationship, people don't respond back to you or they don't give you the kind of leverage that you want from them. It's okay. What you have done, it makes you up as a better person.
Right.
All right, and you can go somewhere else and go and deploy that same social capital, and it's going to definitely give them.
Okay. That's awesome. That's good. Good answer right there. I was gonna ask something else about skills, but not in relation to mentorship. It's like, what do you think is best, like to start building a company? What skills do you need to have to be able to sustain the company, or what resources do you need to have to make sure that the company stays and thrive?
I think I'll just say one thing: courage.
Okay, sorry.
Courage to start and courage to meditate.
To know when to quit.
Yep.
If it's not
If
working.
it's not working.
Okay.
And I think that courage is also going to go across a lot of lines. If you want to let people go as well, about how invested you are in that relationship, stay courage. Courage saying, you know what, I think you need to go right now. Courage always to be able to say, I need to bring this person on board. So I think benchline, what you need for that is courage. Courage. And I think that courage a lot of people lack. There's a difference between having an idea and bringing an idea into life.
Okay.
Execution is where a lot of entrepreneurs do fail. A lot of people, you walk around the road, probably take a drive around town. Everybody have ideas. Everybody have things they want to build. It's different between people that just have ideas and people that build stuff in execution. And it takes courage to be able to execute. That courage to be like, now we don't move to the next level. Now say, this product line is not working anymore. Let's cancel it. Let's start up another new production line. That's how some companies have been able to stay afloat. We're building a particular production line. Okay, Nokia started from toilet. Nokia. They started from toilet paper. That's how they started. Right? And they felt like, no, at this point, this is not working anymore. Let's migrate. And they moved into telecommunication services. So your ability to be that courage is what people need most. courage to be able to, I'm bringing this person on board, I'm letting this person go. That courage to be able to say, you know, I'm starting off this and I need to move to another level. That courage is actually what is most important for majority of entrepreneurs. So what you need is courage.
Okay.
And courage is what I would say. You can sort that out very important. Maybe I can add some caveats to it, maybe some other add some now that you have courage. The next thing is the fact that you want to have passion for what you're doing. Passion is also very important. So you can have don't have passion for the company.
Right.
And have passion for what exactly you're
You're
doing.
doing.
Because I'll be lying to you if I say it's a straight line. It's not going to be. That's a lot of courage.
Right.
And then your passion will sustain you. Your courage will help you take some decisions that you need to take at a specific time.
Awesome. So I think we have someone on the call. We're going to take this call real quick. Who do we have on the call with us? You said Samuel?
Yes, this is Samuel from Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay.
Save the slum.
Oh, you're Save the Slum. I was literally about to read your comment on here. You said that you would like to reach out. I mean, you can go ahead with your question. I don't want to be too forward. Go ahead.
But the first thing I want to say that this is a great platform, and I'm so happy to learn from you guys. Basically, what you guys have been sharing, so much information and so direct and inspiring.
Thank you.
So my question was about mentorship, which Olalekan really answered specifically. Thank you for that also answer. Another thing which I want to request for was about mentorship. I wanted to, like personally now, I run a non-profit called Save the Slum. Also, part of it is what we do now. I'm running a tech company called L39, which is just basically giving people access to quality of care at their convenience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Reach out to many people at large. So I would want to request for a mentorship. And I don't know what I want to call it now. For both of you, whereby I have a lot of things in my head. I have a lot of dreams. Like Save the Slum has reached out to over 1 billion persons in Nigeria, Northeast Nigeria, in Maiduguri, Borno State, and over 16 states, Nigeria, as of now. But notwithstanding, we still want to do more. As the executive director, I feel like mentorship has helped me to where I am right now. And from me hearing what you guys are saying, I still feel like a lot of things I would want to learn, and sharing those knowledge and sharing those insights would be able to, scale up some of my skills, my activities, and making large impacts that I want to see in the near future. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. After the show, we will get back to you on mentorship. Or what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm open as well. So happy to connect with you as well. So I'll my hands.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This is great.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Also, we're gonna go straight to the last question for the day. What if you had to sit on a table with world leaders and ask a question? I mean, not a question. What are going to be your recommendations for them if you had to sit, one-on-one with them?
Okay, so first security.
Security?
I'll tell them that security is important. As an energy enthusiast, a lot of them energy is also very important. And those are the two things that I think that off the top of my head are priority right now. And security means the fact that we need to have more high level. We need to have more high level so that we can take better decisions.
Right.
And energy in the sense that energy is just the bloodline of every economy. I think the reason why Africa is where it is at today is because of the state of our electricity industry. It is it is terrible. We are in a vicious cycle. So I feel like those are the things that off of my security is very, very important. And also, can you provide energy? Can we sit down together? Can we brainstorm on how we can get ourselves out of this place? I think we can solve security and energy. I think that we can preserve it.
Okay, that's a very, very brilliant answer. Thank you very much for coming on the show with us. Also, would like to let everyone know that we are streaming live from Texas. We had to fly all the way down. And big shout out to my daughter, China. She's upstairs. She came on this show with me. And a big shout out to his friends as well who are babysitting at the moment. So, okay, yeah, for sponsorship and partnership, you can always reach us at this number showing on your screen. And you can, if you want to support, you can Zelle us on or Cash App with the number showing on the screen below. Thank you very much. We appreciate you for coming and also giving your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me as well.
Thank you so much. I hope that we go further and do better things and great things from here.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. So we're going to end the show now. Thank you so much for your time, and we appreciate you. Bye bye. And I guess we're gonna end it with a short advert from UBA again. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Excellence doesn't happen overnight. We have over 70 years of banking expertise and experience across Africa and the world. Add 21st century innovation, and now there is no limit. At the United Bank for Africa, we are committed to delivering the best for you. We create financial solutions that power your dreams to ensure that your needs, however small or however great, are always met. We have deep roots in Africa. Across our continent, we drive financial inclusion, trade, and entrepreneurship, helping all our clients realize their ambitions. We operate in the United Kingdom and in France. We are the only African bank with a national banking license in the USA. In leading financial centers, we provide services and solutions to banks, corporate,